the Canadian political landscape shifted dramatically on April 29, 2025. Mark Carney, former governor of the Bank of England, swept to victory in the federal election. His victory speech sent shockwaves across the globe. Carney declared the end of the old relationship between Canada and the United States. This marked a significant departure from decades of close ties. Carney's words resonated deeply with Canadians. Many felt a sense of betrayal after years of President Trump's rhetoric and policies. Trump's repeated calls for Canada to become the 51st state alienated many Canadians. His imposition of tariffs on Canadian goods further fueled resentment and anxiety. Carney's victory speech was not just about ending an era, it was about ushering in a new one. He spoke of a Canada that would prioritize its own interests. He envisioned a Canada that would be a strong and independent player on the world stage. Carney's message was clear. Canada would no longer be content to be a junior partner in a relationship that no longer served its interests. He promised a new era of Canadian self-reliance and a more assertive foreign policy. The Trump presidency had a profound impact on Canadian politics. Donald Trump's America First agenda, characterized by protectionist trade policies and a disregard for traditional alliances, created a sense of unease in Canada. His administration's imposition of tariffs on Canadian steel and aluminum under the guise of national security strained relations between the two countries. Trump's rhetoric towards Canada often veered into the realm of the antagonistic. His suggestion that Canada posed a national security threat to the United States was met with bewilderment and anger by Canadians. His repeated pronouncements about wanting to integrate Canada into the United States further fueled anxieties about Canadian sovereignty. The Canadian public, traditionally accustomed to a stable and predictable relationship with its southern neighbor, found themselves grappling with a new reality. Trump's actions and rhetoric forced Canadians to confront uncomfortable questions about their country's place in the world. The uncertainty and anxiety engendered by the Trump presidency had a significant impact on Canadian public opinion. Canadians became increasingly critical of the United States and more supportive of policies aimed at reducing Canada's economic dependence on its southern neighbor. Carney's election victory and subsequent pronouncements signaled a potential realignment of global alliances. His decision to make his first international trip as Prime Minister to France and the United Kingdom was a clear indication of this shift. This move suggested a pivot away from the United States and towards traditional European allies. Carney's stance on trade further underscored this shift. He declared the end of the post-World War II system of open global trade anchored by the United States. This system, he argued, had been undermined by protectionist policies and a lack of commitment from the United States. Carney's vision for Canada's global role was ambitious. He sought to position Canada as a leading voice for multilateralism and a rules-based international order. He aimed to forge new partnerships with like-minded countries to address global challenges such as climate change and economic inequality. Carney's approach represented a stark contrast to the isolationist tendencies of the Trump administration. His election victory raised hopes among some international observers that Canada could play a more prominent role in global affairs, filling the void left by a retreating United States. The long-term implications of Carney's stance on trade remain uncertain. While his commitment to diversifying Canada's trading partners was welcomed by many, some experts cautioned against completely abandoning the U.S. market. The United States remains Canada's largest trading partner, and severing ties completely could have significant economic consequences. Carney's decision to maintain retaliatory tariffs against the United States further complicated the trade picture. While these tariffs were initially imposed in response to Trump's protectionist measures, they now threaten to become a permanent fixture in the bilateral relationship. The future of the U.S.-Canada trade relationship hinges on a number of factors, including the policies of the Biden administration, the outcome of ongoing trade negotiations, and the overall health of the global economy. Despite the uncertainties, one thing is clear: the era of unquestioned economic integration between Canada and the United States is over. Carney's victory marked a turning point, ushering in a new era of Canadian self-reliance and a more assertive approach to international relations.